A friend of mine who was an antique dealer just bought, and this was in 2010, an old medicine cabinet in an East Berlin apartment. Not bought, he just, when he emptied an apartment for old furniture, he found this thing, and there were tablets from the 40s in that cabinet labeled Pavitine. And my friend Alex, who was a DJ and drug connoisseur, he read on the package that it said contains methamphetamine. So he became interested because he's not only a he's more actually a drug person than a psychedelics person. So he's really into kind of habit forming substances, and it's also amphetamines. He likes amphetamines, and he took these old 60-year-old pills.
What? Wow.
And he said that they still worked very well, and that the first one kind of gave him a buzz, and then he was curious. He took a second one after like 30 minutes, and he felt high, and then he took a third one because he's an excessive guy. And he pointed. We were standing at the river in my writing space in Berlin. It's as above the river, and he pointed at a big ship that was coming by, and he says it was like the engine of a big ship were turned on, and I felt this kind of, he said the German word Schub, which means like, push of a large push of an engine. That was kind of a weird story, obviously, like methamphetamine during the so-called Third Reich. So I just went online and I Googled a little bit, and there was like hardly anything to be found, but there were some traces. And especially there was one academic paper by a professor from a southern German university who had researched a little bit this methamphetamine topic, and his conclusion was without methamphetamine there would have been no Blitzkrieg, which is quite a statement, because no one's ever made that statement or ever talked about that. So I traveled down to southern Germany. I kind of took my Alex's advice to now write about Nazis and drugs, because I realized there's something there. And I met this guy, and he said, yeah, there's actually a lot more. I just didn't have the time or the interest to go through the military archive, which is in Freiburg town in Germany. So I went there, and he gave me the signature, so I could look very, like, I knew where to look. And there was actually a treasure trove of information how the German army was using methamphetamine in a systematic way. And I